It's no secret that the Lakers are trying to move on from Russell Westbrook. And there have been many rumors. But it also seems like the options are dwindling down with certain deals coming off the table. The deal with the Nets is unlikely, with KD staying and Kyrie unlikely to be traded. A three-way deal with the Jazz and Knicks is no longer an option because the Jazz already traded Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland. So what options are still available, and of those options, which is the best for the Lakers? Right off the bat, the best and most mentioned option is a trade with Indiana. This would bring Myles Turner and Buddy Hield to the Lakers. This would give the Lakers the highest ceiling because they would be getting back the most talented player of the rumored players. Myles Turner is a potential all-star who can protect the rim and space the floor with his three-point shooting. He's the perfect center to play alongside Anthony Davis. They're also getting another shooter in Buddy Hield, who they've actually been interested in for quite a while now. However, there are some downsides to this trade. Obviously, losing draft picks is always a downside, but that's really the only assets the Lakers have. So they're going to have to trade those if they want anything of value in return. But there's also potential downsides in the players themselves. Now, both these players have played for bad teams, so they haven't played in meaningful games. Perhaps all the numbers they're putting up are just empty stats. Or maybe they'll actually improve their games when they're surrounded by quality players and higher goals. But we don't know that for sure because they've never been in that position. Myles Turner has also been dealing with some injuries, and he actually had to sit out the end of last season. And there's also the contract situation. Myles Turner is in the last year of his contract, but he's likely looking to get paid max money after that. The Lakers are unlikely to be able to pay him that much, and that wouldn't be a wise investment for them either. Myles Turner is good, but he'll likely be on the bench in crunch time because the Lakers' best lineup usually has Anthony Davis at the center. I don't think it's wise to pay a guy max money if he's going to be benched when it matters most. The Lakers already have that issue with Russell Westbrook. Now, another trade that has been mentioned is one involving the Spurs. In this deal, the Lakers would receive Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott. Depending on how many draft picks the Lakers would have to give up, I think this trade would actually be good. You're getting back a 3-and-D wing in Josh Richardson, exactly the type of guy the Lakers need. And you're getting another wing that's a great shooter in Doug McDermott. Although he's not a great defender, he fits the position. He is the size of a wing and at least could match up with other wings just based on that size. Now, there's not much star power in this trade, but you're getting some solid role players and added depth to your roster. Now, although the Donovan Mitchell trade makes a big three-team deal unlikely, the Lakers still get involved with the Knicks and Jazz on a simpler deal. The Lakers have shown interest in Cam Reddish, and they actually tried to trade for him last season, and they could do so again. There's rumors that he wants to leave New York, and he'd actually fit right in with the Lakers. He's another 3-and-D wing that they could use, and he's a young player that could potentially be a part of their franchise core for a long time. And of course, the Jazz are in full rebuild mode. They've traded both their stars, and now they have several veterans that they don't really need, and I'm sure they would rather have draft picks and young players. The Lakers, however, could use these veteran players. They could really use a guy like Bojan Bogdanovic, another wing that can shoot, although I'm not sure how good he is as a defender, especially being 33 years old. But the Lakers can always use more shooting, which is why the other Jazz players such as Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson would also make sense on the Lakers, to a lesser extent. The Lakers already have plenty of guards, so adding more doesn't help the Lakers much. But again, you can always use shooting and scoring, like Sixth Man of the Year Jordan Clarkson provides. But defensively, they don't help the Lakers at all, especially when the Lakers are already shorthanded with wings in a wing-heavy league. So those are the options the Lakers are rumored to have, and none of them are all that sexy, but let's be honest here. Pretty much anything the Lakers get back for Westbrook will be an improvement. Now, whether that improvement is worth giving up multiple draft picks and mortgaging your future, that's something the Lakers have to decide. But if all you're concerned about is giving your team the best chance to win this season and maximizing the years you have with LeBron, then the Lakers have to trade Westbrook. You can't have a guy take up that much cap space and contribute so little to the team. In fact, his play is detrimental to the team. So the Lakers have to do one of these trades. Now, of course, they could possibly have more options that haven't been reported, like Rob Pelinka has claimed. And usually the trade that does happen is one that no one sees coming. But it seems like the Lakers' options keep on decreasing as we move closer to the season. And as their options decline, so does their leverage. If teams know that they're your only option, they're gonna ask for an arm and a leg to make a trade. But at the same time, the Lakers are really the only team at this moment shopping first-round draft picks. So if the team really wants first-round draft picks, it seems like the place to go would be the Lakers. So who knows what happens? We'll just have to wait and see.